Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You okay? Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much rupidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which can only lead to one conclusion: that my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found rupidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. That's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information, and that's the interesting part. Yeah, our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board, but there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? You have to get our research lab running at once. We need to make some improvements fast if we want to succeed. Then I guess the sooner I start, the better. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work. I found something peculiar on the planet. What exactly was peculiar about it? Everything. It was like a local distortion of reality. And it seemed to be emitting strong radiation. Yes. We could have expected to come across something like that sooner or later, according to reports from previous missions. Unidentified sources of radiation, unexplained electromagnetic field anomalies, distortions of matter, space, or even gravity. What are they? According to a bold theory fleshed out by Professor Frankov, they may be instances of the so-called interval. The what? Interval. In very simple terms, it's a non-coincidental superposition of potential universes. We don't know exactly why it occurs, but observations prove that under certain, not yet specified conditions, two or more parallel landscapes can coexist within a common quantum field, creating a so-called proximity plane. Yeah, it felt like something was materializing from out of nowhere right in front of my eyes. Let's keep our heads cool. It's just a theory, no one's ever proved it right. If, and I stress if, Professor Frankov's intuition is right, then the distortion you have encountered could have been a puncture point, the spot where the proximity plane intersects with our observed universe, subverting its physical balance and distorting the rules of Newtonian mechanics. We need to learn more about these peculiarities. Inform me at once if you come across another one.
Must be another one of those cargo drops. Except that doesn't look like the crew's personal luggage. Might be worth checking out. Huh. Looks like some kind of device. There's a way I could use it. Nice. I don't know that movie. Is that one following me? What the hell? What is this? Another anomaly? It looks out of this world. Yes, I was missing that. was missing that.
Up world we live in, huh? I heard you had an accident. What happened? What? Oh, it's nothing. Just a scratch. Shit happens, eh? Part of the job. Yeah. Shit happens more often to people on opioids. What are you trying to say, I told you. It was a regular accident. No one died. Still, I think this is a wake-up call. I'm taking you off the meds. What? No. Trust me, it's for the best. Fuck you. I refuse to work without them. You have no idea what it means to be in this pain. Okay, just be extra careful next time. We can't afford to lose you. Jeez, I'm not a baby. I've spent my whole damn life working in high-risk environments. I'm always extra careful. I made a curious discovery. Another distortion? I don't know. It was different this time. It didn't look dangerous, no radiation. Actually, it didn't do anything. But it caught your attention. It's like nothing I've seen before. It must have something in common with the other distortions. Question is, are they the cause or the reason of so much rupidium here? I'd like to study them more. So would I. And for that, we'll have to design our own tools. Do you have anything specific in mind? Let me think about it. I need to look through Professor Frankoff's lectures, as well as notes from other expeditions. We have a theory. I just need to find the way to put it into practice. So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That's slow enough for you? Hey, you've just crossed out every team-building exercise on my list. The people are there for the mission, not the other way round. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone. Yeah, I understand how lousy that must feel. Honestly, I don't think you do. But I hope we're not going to sit around crying about it. There's work to be done, here and now. That's true. Well, let's get to it then. I ran into another anomaly. This one was different. It was like this distortion was closing in on me, as if I was pulling it toward me. How extraordinary. Maybe its magnetic field is interacting with your suit. Yeah, well, running away from it was no fun. Keeping clear of it is the only thing you can do for now. Let's keep collecting observations. I feel we're onto something groundbreaking here. Look what I found. Any idea what it could be? Let's see. It looks like a qubit chip. Qubit chip? Yeah. Like an enhanced storage for quantum computing operations. It could be useful for increasing the efficiency of our QC unit. Not to mention accessing new tech in the research lab. Use it to make more altars? Well. Look who's all excited about making new Jans. Whatever you're planning to do, you're gonna need to give that chip a little love in the workshop first. Then, you can upgrade away. Gotcha. Thanks. we go. There we go. Hell yeah!
It's chocolate chip cookie.
Locked.
Crappy, crazy pizzas. Your haircut's changed. It's everyday carry. You're a nice party ice. You're an individual cream bun.
Yes!
It's chocolate chip cookie. Crappy, crazy pizzas. It's all good though.
There we go.
Look at that. Looks like good quality earth. Just a conduit. Don't look at me. I'm just the medium. Your haircut's changed for charity.
Yes!
Can you imagine the rent? I want big pearl. People person is eye holes. A banging pasta bake, mulla corner, owns orchids. Tomatoes blues.
Locked.
Sure on that mannequin rate. Can you imagine the rent? I want big pearl. It's a light emitting diode.
Damn.
It's a nail story. It's a dead hand tree.
Kidding me?
It's everyday carry.
I got this.
It's bad luck. There's a tree left at the edge of the motorway. Clear the forest for a motorway. You lose your friends and you're exposed. Used to be in the thick of it. And even you walked away. Your fingers up to you, you wastrel. As my shopping trolley approaching. Uninvited. Your haircut's changed. You're a gift to me. Nice
Not bad, man. Not bad.
cream bun.
Thanks for the game. Yeah, you're not as bad as I thought. Maybe there's still potential in you, but you really need to stop doing everything people want from you.
Changed. Don't know how I feel he's fit, but I think he might be residual pop rocks in the mouth of your cab drive.
Don't tell me you still can't get over that rapidium arc. I'm telling you, I had no choice. Maybe that time you didn't. Most of the time, you do. I asked you for a dormitory, you built it. I asked you for a place to have fun, and here we are. Are you telling me I should have ignored you? No, man. No, I'm glad you didn't. I'm just saying people are gonna want things from you. All the time. Just like that Maxwell guy and whoever else from Earth. You gotta learn how to say no sometimes. Because you'll never please everybody. And you can forget about yourself. Like with Dad? Yeah, sort of. I guess you're right. Thanks. I'll remember that.
Pushing for the bill for 9 years and have taken part in mass demonstrations throughout the nation. It's expected the bill will outline just what animals will be allowed to be used in the labs, along with